Hey, this is the 13th Wolfman, and this is my midnight movie review for Porkchop. This was an interesting film. I almost feel like, well, let's do the breakdown first off. The cover art's way cool. I love it. And the back looks pretty good too. A couple of still shots you see from the movie. It's a keep case type of thing. And here's the disc art. And of course you get the little flyer from alternativecinema.com. You know. All these films are from Alternative Cinema. I say go there, check them out, see what's going on. They got some really cool stuff coming out. Getting back to that, like I said, here's Porkchop. I feel that this movie was cool. They really tried to make it an 80s styles film, you know, with the styling, and they kept making all these references to 80s pop culture. But what bugs me about movies like this is that they seem to mix up the years. You know, they'll make a reference to something like in 1981, and then they'll make another reference to something that happened in 1988, and you know, like Safety Dance. They mention Safety Dance, and then they also mention a Commodore 64. You know, which is like, at the time pop culture was happening in the 80s. It seemed like it was happening rather sporadically and rather fast. So by the time when the Commodore 64 came out in the early 80s, by the time 1986 came along, you know, you're talking ColecoVision. So let's get caught up here. It was an okay movie. I feel like the people that made this movie went out and watched Cannibal Campout and basically tried to remake it, because that's really what it felt like. I've watched a few movies from Camp Motion Pictures, alternativecinema.com, and so far 3 of them have had a van in them, where people in a van go to somewhere in the woods and something bad happens. Cannibal Campout, Trippin', and Porkchop. And Porkchop, they used a VW Vanagon. You know, one of those van wagon, you know, they look like the microbuses, but they were called Vanagons around that time. These youngsters go up into the woods and hang out for a weekend of, you know, sex, booze, and silliness, and at an old abandoned summer camp, and, you know, bad things happen. But there's some really weird stuff that happens. There's actually a robot in this movie. Yeah, a talking robot. It's just so funny. I'd give this about 2 chainsaws just for trying. It's not the best movie, but it wasn't the worst movie I saw. It's not like some other movies. I did have a good time watching it. I do think it could have been better. All you really get for the contents, right? There's an audio commentary track, there's a behind the scenes, and there's Ian Speaks, and I think Ian, if I remember right, was the director. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, it's an okay film. It's, like I said, it's along the lines of 2012 zombie apocalypse and stuff like that. It's not the greatest film. You know, it's a rental, I guess. So that's really what I have to say about this one. Yeah, 2 chainsaws. I'm the 13th Wolfman. I'm on the prowl.